Oh shit. Here we go again.
That's right, CJ. Here we go again. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Phantasy Star Online Blue Burst. We're gonna jump back into the grind as usual. So without further ado, let's get this bread. Or cheese, or both. However you want to say it. Bread and cheese. Cheese and bread. Urban cheese bread from Subway. Another good one. Urban cheese bread. Grilled cheese. Yeah, Lantis has got it. Hi, Lantis. There we go. Whew. Hope you're having a wonderful evening, my friend. A Monday evening. The low-key weekend vibes persisting still.
Dylan!
It's Dylan!
You son of a bitch.
I got it. I almost didn't make it to that last button in time. How are you, friend? There we go. I gotta set up the music. Did you want to do some Blue Full Dragon loops? Because I'm still down for those. Oh shit, there's the wrong playlist. There it is. There it is. Okay, I found it. Okay. Forgot I was logged in. I'm gonna hang back and watch tonight. Alright, no problem, friend. I will bring you all the dragon loops that you need. I will be the provider of dragon loops today. With dragon's claws, marshmallows in every bowl. And I don't know, making a cameo. IDK over here.
Bruh.
I don't know made a cameo appearance. He's with it. He even had the color of the dragon's claws. For the marshmallows. There, I had to do the little emoji. We're not leveling up tonight. I was like, what's our starting EXP? Let me check my storage real quick. I think we got a level at the end of, close to the end of last stream, so. Yeah, we're good to go. Grab this Krispy Kreme and then we're out of here. I haven't had Krispy Kreme in forever, I gotta say. Thanksgiving's coming up in a couple days though. Never know. I'm working tonight, modding for a husband and doing some costume research. Oh, nice. You're doing, is it just like are you just researching a costume for fun? Like something you want to cosplay? Or are you getting ready for a convention or something? Tell me the deets, friend. Alright, as I usually like to say, put the music back on, man. There we go. Anime North is at the end of May, 6 months from now. Oh, sweet! There we go. So you're getting ready for that. All right. I'm gonna look that up, see where it's at. It's in Toronto, literally 5 minutes from the airport. That's excellent. I renewed my passport not that long ago. I'm going. Oh, that'd be quite something though, right? Hey, I might be able to. Like, real talk, I might be able to. I gotta say. Though I might also be kind of broke. Because, Final Fantasy 14 Fan Fest is at the end of April. Literally the last few days of April, I think. And I got a ticket to that, so I might actually be too broke to go to that right after. But hey, if I can though, maybe I'll go. That sounds like it would be a fun time. I just kind of want to get out more, you know? So I'm weighing my options here. I need to get a cosplay together for FF14 Fan Fest. That'd be quite something, right? If I actually got a costume and went on stage. Because they have like a little costume parade thing. It's a showcase. Yeah, it's not a contest or anything. It's a showcase. I saw some pretty good ones in at the previous Fan Fest, I gotta say. Some pretty good cosplays. One guy did the level 70 monk job glamour or whatever. The job gear for level 70 monk. And the dude was in shape, so he actually like he showcased it really well because like you could see his six-pack wasn't like super defined, but it was there. You know, dude was in good shape too. Everybody was like, "Holy shit!" Because for those who don't know, that glamour has no shirt. It's literally just a little crop jacket that barely covers the pecs, and then it's just, yeah, no shirt at all. There we go. We'll be booking rooms soon, and con tickets go on sale in January. Oh yeah, I probably won't even be able to go then. Yeah, if it's something you have to book that far ahead of time, yeah, I probably won't be able to. If it's that popular, then yeah, I probably won't be able to. I mean, it depends. How fast did they sell out? Right? Like, FanFest tickets sell out in like 15 minutes, but... Good thing, Lantis, I'd actually love to know. Like, honestly, I was kind of looking to have this conversation with you and or Pizza. I was gonna kind of pick your brains a little bit, both of you, about if I could get the hookup on different like popular conventions to go to, just so I can get out more and meet more like-minded people. I know my nephew's he's gone to a lot of anime conventions, pretty locally where we live, like pretty close by to where we live. I gotta ask him too, but like, I'm curious about like, I'm just trying to get like an idea of how many different like events there are, big or small, just so I can like sort of get an idea of how much it'll cost, how far I'll have to travel for events like that, you know? So, please do, Lantis, please do. I gotta message him too and ask him. Cause yeah, him and his wife have gone to a couple anime conventions where I was like, oh, that looks really cool. I want to go to that, you know. And some that are not too far away. from where I live. We buy fast to get the early bird discounts, and I buy everyone's passes in bulk and pay the extra $15 out of my own pocket to have them shipped to my house. So there's different options, I'm guessing. So like, they give you an option of how you want to get your passes, and you pick the option to pay to have them shipped to your house, but it costs $15 extra, I'm guessing. Okay. I literally just renewed my passport this past year, so I can travel internationally. I haven't been to Canada since 2010, too. Could be fun. If the tickets aren't too expensive, maybe I will have the money to be able to buy them in January. Hotel is something I can always book later on, as long as I don't wait too long. It's like even the hotels around Anaheim for FF14 FanFest, they still have pretty good availability. I mean, especially the Disney hotels that are super expensive. I know those won't sell out. Not everybody going to FanFest is going to be able to afford going to staying at those prestigious hotels. They're just down the street too, so they are an option. But again, you have to have money for those. So I know there will be hotels available even if I wait a little bit longer for that event. Anyway, you can pick up at the con, so with shipping we can skip that line. That's pretty cool. FanFest told me that the tickets are all digital, so I just have to show up and show like they give me like a QR code and stuff, and like a receipt with a QR code and all this stuff, confirmation. Apparently I'm gonna have to show up. It's gonna be my first time going into one of these. I'm gonna have to show up and just show them the QR code or something, or yeah, let them scan it and it'll pull up my details, and then they'll give me the ticket per se, which will be a wristband or a lanyard. Most likely a wristband. That's how they do it. Unfortunately, there's no skipping that, basically. They don't give the option to just have the ticket. Or maybe, because I think there was an option for me to print the ticket here at home. But yeah, that's just how they run it. I'm just comparing and contrasting the way these events do things, basically. Out loud. Like I'm thinking out loud here. They might play this song there too. This is such a popular one amongst the fan base. I gotcha. So I'm guessing you're implying that you buy tickets for all your friends who you know are gonna go and that are traveling from other places. Like you're the real one, basically. You're the homie who just like buys all the tickets for everybody. Yeah, that's fucking awesome, Lantis. Hell yeah. Now your friends, they better buy you like a cake or something out of appreciation. Like that's. I don't know why I went to a cake, but just anything. Like that's some real homie shit right there. The con mom. That's right. That's right. You did tell me that. You're the convention mom. You got the little fanny pack with everybody's like granola bars, and you got water bottles for everybody. Got everybody's tickets sorted out. Dude, I'm like visualizing it right now. That shit's awesome. If you can tell me off the bat what the, just off the top of your head, like what the price of the tickets are, I can... I mean, you said you were gonna send me the details on Discord anyway, but I'm kind of curious, off the top of your head, do you know what they are, more or less? Like, I don't know if this, like, I'm trying to get an idea if this is like a really big deal sort of convention. I'm guessing it is. It sounds like it's one of the bigger ones. If it's planned out this far ahead, I'm guessing it's one of the bigger conventions. I'm a total noob at this whole thing, though. The anime convention culture, so... I can always look it up later anyway, too, so... It's not a big deal. Like, if you're busy, don't worry about it. I can read the deets on Discord later. Because, yeah, I'm looking to do a lot of traveling next year, if I can. I want to grind out some experiences. $65 Canadian for the weekend with the early bird discount, or $75 when those sell out. That's not bad. Okay, maybe, yeah. If I can always just worry about the hotel later, I could definitely buy a ticket to that. I mean, FanFest cost me... FanFest tickets were just under $300. If I can afford that, I think I'll be fine. Again, it's just the hotel the hotel and flight that I need to worry about more than anything. 40 USD? Okay. So the more important thing for me to look at is hotel prices and flights. International flights and hotel prices. We going on tour, baby! That would be pretty fun. If I went straight from FanFest to that. There'd be a lot of travel vlogs coming up on my channel if I did. Anime North used to take USD at par. Not sure if they still do that. But long ago, my friend said the site charged 65 USD, so they'd PayPal me 40 USD and I'd buy their passes in Canadian. Oh man. Hey, I mean, a discount's a discount, man. You gotta save money where you can, so I respect that. I respect that hustle, and I respect you for helping them out with that. Especially since you cover the $15 shipping cost too. So that's pretty cool. Like, you don't even charge them for that, you know? That's pretty cool. I never even got to visit Toronto when I went to Canada in 2010. I only got to see a little bit of Calgary, not much. And I was mostly in a town called Lethbridge. That was it. Cheese! Down to Robarda level 30! Get that cheese, man! Get that cheese!
Son of a bitch.
Cheese is getting that cheese. Alright, let me see. This song is called Grandma. And then a dash, and it says Destruction. So Grandma, Destruction. From Nier Automata. All the Nier music, I forgot to say this yesterday, but all the Nier music we're hearing is the FF14 version, which Soken basically, you know, put together. I have never listened to the actual Nier soundtrack, so I don't know how different the two versions of these songs actually are. I have no idea. I'll find out eventually when I play it. But I know one in particular that's coming up is very different because it's literally a mashup of an FF14 song with a Nier song in one track. It's the one after this. I know that one, so I know that one's obviously very different from whatever it's gonna sound like in the Nier Automata game, but but when I play FF14, I think when I get to the Shadowbringers expansion, when I complete the MSQ, the main scenario, like all the way up to the quest called Shadowbringers, before doing the post-game stuff, which has the Nier Automata stuff as the Alliance raid, I think I'll actually play through the two main Nier games on stream first. Because I've been curious about that franchise for, well, ever since I did the raids the first time many years ago. It caught my interest, so I want to play it. I'll be doing my very first playthrough of the Nier games at that time. Take a little break from FF14, play that, you know. After Endwalker, I'll play FF16 for the first time as well before going to Dawn Trail. So, same kind of thing. It's gonna be little detours. That's how I have my streams planned out for that. I'd be spending the $15 on my own pass anyway, and it's the same price for 1 to 10 passes, so why not share with friends? Oh, that's right, yeah. That also makes it super convenient, yeah. I forgot about that detail. It's a flat rate of $15 for everyone's passes to be shipped to you at once, yeah. So yeah, it's really not that bad to help out your friends like that. This is the mashup track I was just talking about. It's torn from the heavens, / the dark colossus destroys all. Those are the two track names that are mashed up here. Oh shit! He actually followed me all the way here. B has found a lame d'argent. D'argent. I don't know. However the hell you pronounce that. With 35 hit from an Ul Gibbon. Those are $1,000 bills being counted, B. Well, B's rolling in it, that's for sure. Another thing we tend to do is book Thursday to Monday because weekend flights cost more. That's true. It's generally cheaper for an extra night at the hotel. Damn! That will be extra true for me too. Especially because I'm flying internationally. Which is always super expensive. That's a great plan, yeah. Thursday to Monday. Oh, we're back to the FF8 music. FF14 style. The legendary beast. It's a good one. Man, I'm in a much better mood today, and with a lot more energy than yesterday. Because yesterday and the day before that, did not get the... I already said it yesterday. Didn't get the best sleep as I woke up in the middle of the night to piss. Last night, though, finally didn't happen, so I'm in a much perkier mood now. I was finishing my water too late, I think. The last, like, 3 or 4 days. I was like, fuck, I gotta finish my water by, like, midday or something. I think it's because one of my meals has a lot of water in it. More than I expect. I was drinking an excess amount. A fucking super veggie. Too much water. Aqua. vocalization, man. Man, an FF8 remaster would kick ass. With the music sounding like this. Well, it already has a remaster. Sorry, I should have just said remake. That's what I really meant. FF8 remake would kick ass. Oh, if they did that, they could even fine-tune the story a little bit more, so it doesn't... I mean, to me it felt fine, but to some people it felt a little all over the place because it was a bit of a rushed game. So maybe they could fine-tune the story in not such a rushed manner and actually make it, you know, a little better and more appealing for more people, I guess, without changing the core concept of it too much. If they remade it, I mean. I only say that because they did that with FF7, you know. They made some story changes. So, they're actually very minor, but it's because they said that it's... The few story changes that they made to FF7 that we've seen so far, with Remake and Rebirth, are like... Apparently that was kind of more attuned to their original vision of FF7, but they just couldn't do it with... They just felt like it wouldn't feel right with the technological limitations of back then, and who knows what else. So they're like bringing back concepts that they didn't use in the original FF7 story. If that's true, it would explain why it still mostly feels the same. It's just got a little bit of... Like, the changes so far feel pretty small. Smaller than most people thought, I think. So, I wouldn't mind if they did that with FF8. If the core concept of the story stayed the same, but they just added a little bit more to it to make it a little bit more appealing. And make it not feel... I guess, rushed. Like I said, I personally never really had a problem with FF8's story, but some people don't like it. So I'm just saying, you know. I really like the characters and the relationships between the characters in FF8. It's like my favorite part about it, and I think that's supposed to be, like, you know, the biggest appeal to it. Like Selfie says, it's all about love, friendship, and courage. Yes, that is FF8 in a nutshell. She gives you the... She breaks the fourth wall a little bit by telling the player exactly what this game's about. I love that that's actually an answer choice you can choose in FF14. It's a nice nod and a reference to Selfie. It's all about love, friendship, and courage. The Extreme. My favorite Nobuo Uematsu track. And here comes Soken, making it into an FF14 track. Doing his senpai proud. Selfie is so cute. She's the cutest. Yeah. Maybe I got my bubbly personality from her. Maybe she had an influence. Maybe she had more of an influence on me than I thought growing up. I don't know. I don't think so, though. But she does have that really cute, bubbly personality that I like. It's very appealing. Thinking back on my first playthrough and just even when I just replayed it multiple times as a kid, Renoa was my favorite of the female cast, but Selfie was a close second. Yeah. I like Renoa slightly more than Selfie. don't hate Quistis. She's at the bottom, but I don't hate her or anything. So I think she was a cool character too. I don't know. Either it's a relatability thing, or just for some reason I just found Renoa and Selphie more appealing, and still do. Like, I'm thinking about it now, and I'm like, I still find them more appealing. And when I think about it, I think, you know, I think I just find them more relatable the way they act. It's really not that different from how I sometimes act, in my own way, of course, but... Yee! I thought about this, I think a few months ago. It might have been longer. But I think one of the reasons I really liked Squall a lot, and he became like my favorite Final Fantasy character, still is. I look back and I'm like, strangely we kind of went through similar character arcs. I was a lonely ass kid in school, and I think it's a pretty common thing for people that end up in that situation where you start to, as a way of coping for it, like as a way of coping, you kind of convince yourself you're better off alone. And that's exactly what Squall does. And I did that too around that, you know, around that time that that I played that game, so I found him relatable to a degree. But also, I gotta say, his outfit and his weapon choice is by far the most appealing thing though. His outfit and his weapon choice, but yes, I do realize I had some things in common with him that I never realized until much later in adult life. I don't know which character is most relatable to me. Yeah, it's different for everybody. Because yeah, I definitely realized much later in life that I basically was Squall to a certain degree in school, and I was like, no wonder I liked him, you know? I was a loner who was convinced I was better off being alone when I totally wasn't. It was just copium, exactly what he realizes later on too in the story, that he was just coping. And then Renoa and Selphie are like, they're like the bright and bubbly sides that I have to my personality. Like when I'm comfortable around people, I basically act like them. Especially when I'm typing with the emotes that I use and shit. I act a lot like Renoa and Selphie. Super bubbly, you know? Like that. Irvin, or Irvine, I don't know how you pronounce his name because there's no voice acting in that game, but he's definitely the funniest character to me. He's of course he's like the Master Roshi stereotype, but without being an old man, you know? Just smacking on all the chicks, taking his shot, being an asshole. Everybody hates him when they first meet him. But he also steps up. When it's time to get serious, he actually steps up, you know? But otherwise, he's always just joking around and just being like very, being very lighthearted and always flirting with the women. And getting shot down, of course. But he takes it with style and grace. Just being a dick, you know? You look most like Irvine. That's true, from what you've told me. I would say you do. You said you were tall too, right? Or maybe you haven't actually. Well, I only say that because I remember Irvin being, I think he was the tallest out of everybody. Or maybe he just looked that way because of his Walker Texas Ranger outfit. The overcoat. And the big ass, you know, just cowboy hat, and he wields a shotgun. Maybe he just gave off tall vibes, I don't know. I'm 5'3"? Okay, never mind. What was I thinking of then? Somebody on Discord told me, I think I was probably just thinking of Silhouette. I was like, somebody told me they were tall. One time. I think it was Silhouette. A dude said he's 7'1" or something. So there you go, Lantis. Maybe Irvin is your, maybe he's the one you're most relatable to. You look like him. You can probably mac on all the chicks just as well as he does. You can get the ladies. I love how there's that one, when you first meet him, and he decides to split up the parties in his, like, how he wants it to be. He puts himself together with, I think it was Selfie and Renoa? He leaves you with Quistis and Zell. And if you just go ahead and accept it, I think Renoa gets pretty pissed. I'm pretty sure she does. Yeah, like when you first meet and then it's time to take off, he's like, all right, let's do the parties. And then it, like, the screen fades out and it comes back, and then he's with Selfie and Renoa. And then he's like, how about this? And you can say yes or no, basically. And usually I'll say no and I'll rearrange it to how I want it. But one time on one of my latest playthroughs, I think it was on the one I did on stream, I actually said, yeah, sure. And Renoa was like, what? She's like, Squall, what the fuck? Like, why are you letting me go with this dude? This creep. I just have the long brown hair, dark blue eyes, and angular facial features. Okay. I thought maybe you were secretly a ladies' man too, you know? Like you knew how to sweep women off their feet. Obviously, I'm joking around because, you know, he gets shot down plenty, but you know what I mean. Just having some fun. But yeah, I like how Renoa reacts to that, because at first she gets pissed, and then she's like, fine, you know what? Fuck it then, alright. And then she's just like, and Selfie does this too, she goes along with it. She's just like, fine, I'm happy with Irvin. Let's go. And then they both grab him by, they're on each side of him, so they grab him by the arm, and they're both like, let's go. They use a pet name on him too. And he's just like so happy about it. He's like, yes, I got the ladies. That's just hilarious. Oh, there we go. See, there you go, Lantis. I do use humor to deflect and de-escalate, but unlike Irvin, I actually get the ladies. There it is.
Dylan! Son of a bitch.
Tell him. Oh, man. Alright, we're back to the Nier soundtracks. What is this? Emile? Despair from Nier Automata. I don't know who Emile is, but evidently he's fallen into despair. Emile! Oh, so I'm guessing you've played the Nier games. That's gonna be an interesting playthrough. I'm looking forward to it. Just from what little bit I've seen of the story in FF14, it does seem like a very sort of sad and melancholy storyline, so, which is right up my alley. I really like dark and tragic shit. I mean, I feel like most people who enjoy FF14 story tend to like a good degree of that, since there's quite a bit of that. Wow. You can die. You've watched the playthrough but haven't played it yourself? Okay. Damn! If you had actually played it, this would have been a good opportunity for me to ask something that somebody who's played it could probably tell me. I'm wondering, because I know it's an action game that's not too different from, like, you know, the gameplay style is not too different from, like, PSO2, Devil May Cry, Kingdom Hearts, that kind of thing. Like, it's one of those, like, hack and slash action games. I'm just hoping it's not too difficult. I've never heard anybody say that it's like a really hard game, so I doubt it. But I hope it isn't. Because I would rather play it rather than just watch it. Because it looks like it would be fun to play. Yeah, I like hack and slash action games, so. And I've said this before, but I would play the shit out of the entire Devil May Cry series if it wasn't so fucking hard. You've never heard of anyone complain about the difficulty either? Yeah. Alright, so it's probably gonna be fine then. I think it even has an easy mode too, so. I plan on playing both of the major games, like, in order. I know Nier Replicant was remastered and re-released as a remaster after Automata, but I know it comes first, so I'll play that one first. Like, timeline-wise in the story, I know that one's first. I will probably watch a playthrough of, even though it's a loose tie-in, I know that I researched enough to know that the Nier story takes place is actually a spin-off, an extended sort of like an extended spin-off of one of the 5 endings of the first Drakengard game for PS2. So I do want to watch that. I'll probably watch a playthrough of Drakengard. With preferably if I can find a playthrough with all the endings. And then see the ending that's supposed to connect to Nier. It's like it leads into it basically. And then go from there. It's not necessary to understand the Nier storyline, I know that much, but I still would like to see that, the tie-in. You love Drakengard? There's a few games of that, right? It's like, assuming you get the canon ending and not the one that leads into Nier. Like an alternate timeline. But if you get the actual, like, I think the actual canon Drakengard ending that leads to the sequel, Drakengard 2. And there's a bunch of other games if you go down that timeline, I believe. There's a few, right? Played the crap out of those games? Okay, I know there's more than one based on that. There's like... Is there like 3 or 4 or something like that? I can't remember too well right now. They all have multiple endings though. I thought it was a pretty cool concept. Which the Nier games, or at least Nier Automata I've seen, has multiple endings too. 3 is the one that's tied to Nier. Oh yeah, it wasn't the first one, it's 3. Okay, thank you for that reminder. Yeah, so maybe I'll, you know, maybe I'll watch the Drakengard series up to that one and then go into Nier from there. I'll be able to see what it's like. See what the storytelling style is like, you know, across both franchises. So the last track and this track are both called The Sound of the End. But this one is the 8-bit version, so it's called The Sound of the End, 8-bit. From Nier Automata. We got chiptunes over here. Lamenting Hackermans. I still have that email, right? Yeah. We're doing some Hackerman shit. This song plays. Liana. Found a Cycle Wand. From a Bellbiter. Huh. Now there's a name I haven't seen in forever. Liana, exactly how that's spelled right there. That was a character name of my first girlfriend in Maple Story. It never went past being an online long-distance relationship. We did talk like on webcam a few times, you know? But it's just, you know, we were hella young, so it's just like neither one of us had the money and resources to take it past that point. And it just kind of, you know, it came and went. It's just kind of a cute fling we had. That was a character name. Or was that her real name? I'm starting to get confused now. You know, I can't remember. I think that was actually her real name. I don't remember her last name. I wouldn't say it anyway. I'm not trying to dox her. That might have actually been her real first name. I'm getting it confused with her character name. I don't know. That was decades ago, though. I hope she's doing alright, though. She was cute and sweet. Wherever she is, wherever she's been these past couple of decades, I hope she's happy. What the fuck? Sorry, I took my headset off to get changed. What was that? I was just talking about my first online long-distance relationship, which was technically my first relationship. Sometimes I forget because since I never actually got to meet her in person. Like I said, we talked on webcam a few times, but since we never actually got together in person, sometimes I forget, and then I call my second relationship my first one when it's actually not. It's actually my second one. My song is called Kane - Final Fantasy main theme version. Another sort of took a Nier song and then added some FF14 flavor to it. But yeah, I was saying that Liana was her name, but I can't remember if Liana was her character name or her real name. And the more I think about it, the more I think it was actually her real first name, Liana. It came up just because somebody named Liana with the exact spelling that was her name. They found a Cycle Wand, so that's why I brought it up. Yeah. Yeah, we had she was cute and sweet, and we had a happy little relationship for a little bit, but we were too young at the time. We were way too young for either one of us to have the money and resources to ever go visit each other, so we never got a chance to do that. But we had a nice relationship, though. It was nice. Like, we ended on good terms and everything, and it was fun while it lasted, you know? It really wasn't that different from my second relationship, which was actually in person. But that wasn't until many years later. But yeah, it wasn't too different. Like, she was kind of the same type of girl. She was very easy to get along with. She was very easy to get along with, and she was very sweet. So. Only now that I'm thinking about this, I realize my first two relationships were definitely the best. The best ones I've had. They were really sweet experiences. I like them. As this sad violin plays. Right as I say that. It almost sounds like I'm saying woe is me. That's all good. I know I'll eventually find someone that I click with. Like I did with them. Like the only real sad part, and this is mostly for the second relationship rather than the first one, is the fact that, well, I guess it applies to both. They ended well because we always got along. The reason we broke up was never anything that negative, which is why they ended well. But that's also what kind of makes it sad, is the fact that they had to end, even though we actually got along pretty well and everything else. For the first one, again, I think it was just because we just kind of, I don't know, maybe we just grew out of it or something. We just kind of slowly drifted apart. The second one, almost, the same thing almost happened, but in the end it was just kind of a big difference in like values and beliefs, but also what we wanted long term in our lives. Our goals were just too different, I guess. I mean, to be specific, basically, she wanted to have kids and I didn't. It was one of those things. I still don't. I'd rather not. So I was just kind of like, well, you know, we should obviously just kind of go our separate ways, and so she can find someone that'll be able to be willing to give her that, make her happy in that way. Yeah, the first relationship, I don't know, we just kind of drifted apart, but it didn't end badly. Neither one of them did. Again, I'm talking about all this stuff and we got this sad music in the background, dude. It's it makes it sound more tragic than it is. Like, it is kind of, but you know, like I am sad that they didn't work out, that those relationships didn't work out, because you know, I really liked them and we did get along both times for both of those relationships, but I haven't like completely lost hope in myself finding somebody, so. And this song is appropriately called Weight of the World. Because that's what I'm carrying on my shoulders, like everybody else, every day. Anyway. That was never a make or break for me. I never wanted kids, but I wasn't opposed to having kids either. Oh, okay. Yeah, there's a little more to it, but I feel like I'd be getting a little too I'd probably be getting a little too personal at that point if I say but that was the main thing. Yeah, if I say too much, I don't want to say too much, but that is not on stream anyway. I don't mind saying more privately, but on stream, I think that's as much as I'd be willing to say. But yeah, that was the main aspect. We just had different goals in life. We wanted different things out of life, basically. And that was one of the major things. I would grow him one parasite, but anything more we'd have to adopt. I love how you worded that, Lantis. I would grow him one parasite. Yeah, I pretty much... I see it the same way, so I totally get that, the wording. That reminds me of something I saw in that old TV show, House MD. When he's doing clinic duty. He's a doctor and he's doing clinic duty. And a woman comes in. I mean, the scene just starts with him telling her what she's got already. And the way he, like, it turns out she's pregnant, but the way he goes about telling her is the fucking stupidest but funniest thing ever. He's just like, I figured out what you have. Like, your test results came back and I can tell you what you have. And she's like, what is it? And he's just like, so you have a parasite growing inside of you. And she's like, really? He's like, yes. The thing is, over time, you will grow to love this parasite and care for it and want to give your life for it, you know, and value it more than your own. And then you'll take this parasite out on playdates with other women who have the same, you know, who have a parasite of these, and he just kept going off like that. I was like, oh my god. I'm not putting my body through that a second time. Probably a wise choice. Yeah, I've heard about how much it can wreck your body, so I don't blame you one bit for that. So I know another couple who the same thing. But this is the guy. He also doesn't want kids, but he's not opposed to having at least one. And he pretty much worded it the same way. He's just like, he's like, when I've talked to them, he's like, I've told her, man. He's like, I've told her, like, she has my blessing. If she wants to have at least one kid, I'll give her one. Like, I've told her multiple times, I'll give you at least one if you want one, you know? But she hasn't made up her mind yet, but he's like, I'll give you one. But that's it. Because she's the one who kind of wants more kids a little bit more than he does. So he's like, you have my blessing. We can have one if you want. But that's it. He's like, I'm cutting it off after that. Don't worry, I don't think he meant he literally is going to cut it off, obviously. He didn't mean that. He's just saying, like, he's not really too keen on the idea of having more than one, basically. June was like, you had me at Parasite, but I don't want kids. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty much of the same mind, yeah. I see it the same way, and I also don't want kids. The most I can say about my relationship was the type of family she wanted to have, even if I was more open to having kids, is not the type of family that I wanted to have. That's all I'll say. Like, even if I had been open to having kids, it's not the same type of family that I would have wanted to have. Also, this is just kind of an extra thing, but her mom was the type that was constantly, like, sticking her nose in our relationship, and not in a good way. And that's something I also knew I was not gonna vibe with that at all. I knew that even if we got married, that was not gonna change. It was probably gonna get worse, actually. And I don't fuck with that. I'm gonna turn this one down. This one's louder. Got the Endwalker theme song playing. Footballs. Shade is our child. We love them. We love them. Yes. Shade is super cute. You guys have a great fur baby. Oh, one of those. Yeah. Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. There was more to it. Like even if I had been open to having kids, there was other problems in the relationship. You know. There were other problems. And yes, her mom was one of those. She was one of those who was like, well, where did he take you out to eat today? What did you guys do today? What did they like that? Like micromanaging our relationship and like low-key trying to like basically trying to control our relationship is what she was trying to do. Her mom, not her, her mom. It was bad. And I was like, this isn't gonna go away once we get married. It's gonna get worse. So I don't think so. Like this just isn't gonna work, you know? Oh, and if we had had kids, oh, fuck, dude. It would have been a nightmare. Like, she was not the type of mother-in-law I would have wanted to have at all. It was gonna be all bad. It was gonna be all bad. She wanted to micromanage the fuck out of our relationship. Dude, I got carried away. I didn't even realize we've already gotten 5 minutes past time. I wasn't even looking at it. I was having so much fun just rambling about my personal life. This will be the last run. My mom is like, I had a tuna sandwich today. Can I come over and give Shade the tuna water? Aw, that's cute. See, that would have been nice. This bitch was like, even though I treated her super well, she wanted me to like spoil her daughter like super materialistically. And this is the thing I do lament about my girlfriend is that she was not like that at all and didn't. She would actually just kind of be like, no, but like we're fine. Like I don't want that stuff, you know. But her mom would just be like, no, he needs to treat you like a queen and buy you all this stuff and all this shit. Like, and she was just like, what the fuck? Like she was on my side. She was kind of like, dude, we don't need all that crap. Like, I'm not materialistic, but her mom wanted her to be that way. Her mom wanted her to be like all shallow and materialistic, but she wasn't. She was like, he needs to take you out to like really expensive places and buy you all this stuff. And she would just roll her eyes and be like, Jesus. Well, we both kind of would because we both talk about it. We both roll our eyes about it. But I mean, you know, at the end of the day, family's family. So it's like there was gonna be no avoiding that. So we both knew that. We both knew that. So it just didn't work out. Yeah, see, she was okay with that too. A split the bill kind of date, yeah. She was okay with that too. Her mother was not. There was one time she accidentally told her mom that we split the bill during our early days of dating. And oh my god, her mom was so like, she was livid. She was like, he's the man, he needs to pay 100% of the bill every single time. And she was just like, oh god, why did I even tell you this? It was pretty bad. I thought that was the last run, right? Fuck it, we'll do one more. I'm having too much fun rambling about this stuff. It's like therapy. Not just rambling, but also talking to you about Atlantis. It's like getting it off my chest. It's therapeutic. I'll do one more run, just because I feel like I'm in a flow state right now. Unless my date was female, then I'd offer to pay. I got managed and shit. Yeah. Yeah, I did pay for most of our dates, and I always did offer to pay completely. But there was just a few times where she was like, you know, I'll pay half, and I was like, all right, like if you want to, sure. I always had enough to cover it myself, and I always let her know that. But I wasn't gonna turn her down if she wanted to offer. But when her mom heard about it, oof. She didn't like that at all. I think in total, out of all of our dates, which I lost count how many we went on, because we were together for like 4 years. We were together for just over 4 years, and we went on a lot of dates. I paid for pretty much 99% of them. I think there was literally only 2. There was only 2 where we split the bill. And again, because she offered. Not because I asked her to. But there was only one that she told her mom about, because after that first reaction, she never told her again about the second time. Dude, the fucking boss music for Endwalker. I like this one more than the actual, like, final dungeon boss music. This is for the first 2 bosses in every dungeon. This one's way better. I think it captures the emotion of Endwalker's story much better, honestly. The desperation and everything. It's really good. Alright, that's the last run, though. I'm good. When I met June, we paid for everything in our respective countries. I bought everything while he was visiting, and he bought everything while I was visiting. Oh, that's kind of a cool way to do it. If you meet long distance online internationally like that, that's actually cool. Yeah. Alright, for those who are curious, because sometimes people ask about the music, Endwalker Dash Footfalls was the main theme we heard 2 songs ago. The last track was the regular battle music when you're out in the field. So when you fight trash mobs in the field, in the overworld, in FF14 for the Endwalker expansion, that was the previous track, and that's Unbowed. This one, the boss music for the first 2 dungeon bosses in Endwalker, is called On Blade's Edge. So it's 3 words, On Blade's Edge. So you're on the edge of a knife. It fits perfectly, doesn't it? On the edge of a knife is that, you know, it's a classic saying most people will say when they feel like, well, exactly that. Like you just had a near-death experience or are currently having one, basically. You're on the edge of a knife. So this is called On Blade's Edge as a reference to that. Again, it captures the essence of Endwalker pretty well. It's awesome. But anyway, like I said, I'm gonna wrap up here, so... You save money on international banking fees? Oh, that's hella smart, Lantis. I like that. You guys are good. You guys are good financial planners. I like that. That's some good shit. That's some 5-head shit right there. I didn't think of that. Fucking banks always looking for... You're in another country, so we're gonna charge you. It's like, fuck you, man. I'm opening up a Wise bank account. The international virtual bank. Fuck you. Assholes. They deserve this.
Son of a bitch!
That one goes out to the banks. Alright, folks. Thank y'all very much for watching. I appreciate the support across Twitch, YouTube, and any other platform I end up on. As always, please do take care of yourselves. Stay safe out there. Look after each other. Don't die. And I'm gonna give a shout out to Lantis here. Thank you for keeping me company. Here you go. Here you go, friend. Thank you for the adventures in chat, and thank you. Thank you, Lantis, for keeping me company and for the same thing. For the little chat on my little Dragon Loops adventures. I appreciate it. Yeah, thank you to everybody else as well. Have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, and good night. And take it away, Vaughn. All you now, buddy. This is a hell of a dark theme song to go off on, but hey, I like it, so fuck it. Take it away, buddy. Where's the bell? Thank you for the shout out. Have a wonderful night. You too, Lantis. Bye. I hit the wrong button again. Oh, there we go.
Son of a bitch.
Dude, the vocalization.